Trap since '95, your Toronto Raptors multimedia fan experience. This is Trap Chat, where us fans chat about what is, what was, and what should be happening with the Raptors. In today's episode,
we chat about a great weekend of games, the week ahead, and our dynamic backcourt duo.
We want your perspective. Hit us up on trapsince95.com in the comments, on social media at Trap95, and with your video responses on YouTube. Your comments may end up on the next episode of Trap Chat. So, what's Trap on your mind? Let's chat about it.
Welcome to another edition of Trap Chat. I'm C# Major. Shout out to all my Raptors fans holding it down throughout the season. We're near the end of the season right now, and we're getting ready for the playoffs. And the Raptors had a pretty good week, a pretty good last few games, I should say. Starting off with the LA Lakers visiting the ACC. The Raptors, after a slow start in the first half, managed to pull away in the second half and come away with a fairly comfortable 94-83 victory. Now, DeRozan had kind of a slow game by his standards, but some other guys stepped up, including Jonas Valanciunas, who scored 19. Lou Williams came in, scored 18 points, and also James Johnson had a solid game, contributing 17 points. This game is crucial in terms of the outlook of the season because the Raptors officially clinched the Atlantic Division with this win. And with that said, they can finish now no lower than 4th place in the East. It's more likely that the Raptors will be facing the Washington Wizards in the first round. It's just a matter of home court advantage. Pretty much. I mean, there's a slight chance that maybe Toronto sneaks up and gets 3rd place, but more than likely, we're looking at the first round being Toronto versus with the Washington Wizards. Now, the second game this week was against the Houston Rockets, and initially, I had picked that to be a loss just due to what the rosters were looking like at the time, and also just how Toronto was playing versus how Houston was playing. But the Raptors caught some luck with this game, with some of the Houston Rockets star players being out, including Patrick Beverley, which is their starting point guard, very defensive-minded. Dwight Howard was resting that game as well. And they had a few other players that were out. It was a great game. The Raptors took advantage of the Rockets being shorthanded, and they really played a solid game, led by DeRozan, who had a career game with the 42 points, which is his career high, and he tied his career high of 11 rebounds, including the dagger shot with about 16 seconds left, right over James Harden. Just hit the shot, big time shot, and these are the type of games that we want to see from DeRozan moving forward. He's been pretty consistent. He's actually been the most consistent Raptor over the last few weeks, save that LA game. But hopefully he could continue his dominant play into the playoffs, and hopefully Lowry can come back and we can have that 1-2 guard combo at full strength, especially if we're going to be facing Washington Wizards, who have their own formidable 1-2 combo in John Wall and Bradley Beal. So at the end of the day, the Raptors won that game 99-96. That was a thriller of a game. The ACC was rocking. This is the type of game that we really need to get in order to build some good momentum heading towards the playoffs. It's gotten the fans stoked again and really ready for the playoffs, looking forward. That was the last team of the season the Raptors will be facing that was above 500. From here on in the last 8 games, they'll be facing sub-500 teams, although a lot of these teams are vying for playoff position in the East. So the Raptors have a pretty good chance of getting the 50-win mark. 8 games left. They're at 44-30, so that means they need to win 6 of those 8 games. And they are playing 6 different opponents in those 8 games. So we will see what they do. I think more important than chasing the 50-win plateau is to make sure that they're playing their brand of basketball and they're playing it crisp and really asserting themselves and setting a tone in the games. That's the most important thing heading towards the playoffs, and hopefully Lowry will come back soon enough to work his way back into form so he'll be ready for the first game of the playoffs. So all in all, it's been a good few games, and hopefully they keep this momentum up. We are ready for the playoffs. We the North. We are behind our team 100%. We will see what these guys do in the playoffs. We want to see hopefully a deep run, and in the next segment we will talk about upcoming games this week. So keep it tuned to Trap Chat.